presentation.
In the state of economic difficulties, we tend to see the world as a world of inequalities.
In an event of bad traffic and mad drivers, we tend to see the world as a world of rage.
In a region of unfavorable climate and geographic factors, we tend to see the world as a place of imbalanced opportunities.
In a scenario of increasing unemployment, we tend to see the world as a world of mercenaries.
While emotional other hindrances may be the cause, prejudice is often the very essence of such perception.
But we always tend to forget that every cloud has a silver lining.
Hello, I'm Mira.
Hi, I'm Firdaus.
Greetings, I'm Rizman.
Good day, I'm Ian.
And I am Ain. Together with our report and technical team, we are representing Enactus University Tenaga Nasional KSHAS.
Today, as what we had done last year, we want to make you change your perspective yet again.
We want to make you believe and see this world differently.
We want you to see the world as a world of opportunities.
This year, we have overseen 6 projects. For today, we would like to present 2 projects that have impacted the most.
Since 2012, Tripolis project aims to improve the livelihood of Kampung Bukit community. Back when we started, we were baffled by the socio-economic gap between Kampung Bukit and other villages. You see, Kampung Bukit is located in Tioman Island, where the main industry is tourism. However, Kampung Bukit has the lowest tourist traffic in Tioman, and this leads to a very low average household income. There's also the monsoon season that cuts them off from tourists for 4 months a year, and also increases the cost of basic necessities. To make things worse, urban migration is common among the youth, and this leads to difficulty in socio-economic growth of Bukit community. Seeing all these, there's an urgent need to assist.
Tioman is blessed with an abundance of bees roaming around freely on the island, specifically in Bukit. Terengganu bees, sometimes called stingless honeybees, produce honey that is of high value. As the name suggests, you do not need to wear any protective clothing to handle them. Given all these benefits, we propose the project to assist them increase their household income. When the project first started, the main product was honey jars, which until today, the sales are still going strong.
We were glad with the expansion that the project has undergone since its establishment. In 2014, another village, Kampung Juara, contacted them asking for assistance. To assist, we organized an event called Honey Day that is aimed to transfer the knowledge and best practice between the 2 villages. It was also around this time that we introduced honey sticks as a means to diversify our product. With this, we made a vision for the project that is to turn Tioman Island into a bee hub.
With this vision in mind, this year, the project managed to attract 4 other villages to pursue this venture, making it a total 6 out of 8 villages in Tioman Island. The 4 villages mentioned are Ai Batang, Teke, Salang, and Genting. We organized Honey Day 2.0 at the Pladang office in Teke to repeat the success of the one we did last year. The representative from these 4 villages came here and participated in the sessions. 2015 also saw the halt in production of honey sticks due to low demand. This shows that they are independent and are able to react to the outcome of their business.
Unfortunately, early this year, a major natural disaster hit the east coast of Malaysia. Hundreds of thousands of people were affected by a major flood nationwide, and Tioman Island was no exception. Heavy rains have caused the bees to have difficulty looking for food, and the bees starved to death. Bee boxes also developed fungi. In response to this, we convinced them that they can still achieve success despite the setbacks by proposing a new product diversification plan. A part of this plan was the introduction of honey soap. To help us in this venture, we met Encik Sazali, a representative from Terengganu Ghost in Berhad, which also produces honey soap. After discussion, Terengganu Gold agreed to share with us the formula to make honey soup, as they too wanted to have the people of Tioman Island. You see, the formula is quite simple, and there is no major cost to begin operations, and the selling price is 25 ringgit per unit, so the profit margin is very high.
In order to cater to a larger market, we took advantage of social media to further increase sales. Our products are advertised on Facebook, and we couldn't be happier with the sales it brings. Aside from that, we also promoted ecotourism in Tioman Island. With ecotourism, we want to highlight the importance of bees in our ecosystem and increase environmental awareness, while also making it another tourist attraction in Tioman Island for tourists who are exploring the island or seeking recreational activities around the villages. Not only that, as a result of ecotourism, honey products such as honey jars and honey sticks could also be exposed to a larger market, which could lead to an increase in sales.
In May 2015, our target audiences were approached by Associate Professor Dr. Fatima Kari, a representative of the Center of Poverty and Development Studies, CPDS, a research center under Universiti Malaya. The research center was given a grant which will be funneled into studies on improving the economy of rural areas. One of the areas of focus is Kampung Mukut. To assist them with their efforts, they invited us to give insights and opinions. To help eradicate the problem related to beekeeping, they brought along two experts, which are Dr. Ibrahim from Great Farm Enterprise and Encik Fahimi from Mardi. They came in to assist with matters regarding the food for the bees and beekeeping management. Over the years, we've been actively encouraging the participation of women in this venture. As of today, the ratio of male and female beekeepers stands at 6:4.
Here are the results thus far. We have now seen an increase in bee boxes from 50 to 306 with the addition of 4 new villages.
With the capacity to produce up to 110 kilograms of honey per month.
The total number of beekeepers has increased from 7 to 108.
The sales of honey jars totaled 407 units and honey soap 190 units, with revenue of 20,350 ringgit and 4,750 ringgit. This is a net profit margin of 75.53%.
We have formed a group of knowledgeable and expert beekeepers, and the environment benefited too. More beekeeping leads to more pollination of plants and trees. Fruits can now be harvested 3 times a year. Tripolis has gone through years and years of transformation. We believe that now they have become more independent than ever. We are confident that the market prospect for this business is bright, given the growing health concerns among local consumers. And if all goes well, they could tap into the foreign market as well.
When we first started this next project, I was ignorant of the troubles that blind people go through. But as time went by, it changed me. And that was when I realized this is why I'm here. Paradigm is a project that revolves around Taman Harapan, an agricultural training facility for the blind and visually impaired. Taman Harapan at the time relied on limited financial resources, such as government fundings and public donations. This makes it hard for the facility to run its daily operations. As a training facility, it has several modules for its trainees to benefit from, to prepare them for their daily lives outside of Taman Harapan. Despite the training provided, they still lack skill to help them gain employment.
Once they got out, it is hard for them to make a living as they don't have the necessary skills to get them through. With all of these problems, it is clear that Taman Harapan needed assistance. This came to them in the form of an old and underutilized chicken. Seeing this as an opportunity, we proposed to them to pursue a chicken breeding project that would, if successful, become their own source of income. To assist them in this venture, we provided them with a microloan that would act as a starting capital, which amounted to 1,500 ringgit. And we also prepared them a module that covers various areas related to poultry farming. This module was done to suit the blind people with the assistance of relevant authorities such as Mardi, Veterinary Services Department, and of course, Taman Harapan themselves.
So let's take a look at this year. The flood that hit east coast of Malaysia that we mentioned earlier also affected Taman Harapan. In the aftermath of the flood, out of 200, only 163 chickens survived. This is a loss of revenue up to 800 ringgit. In some cases, when this situation arises, a business most certainly would face a loss. But fortunately, Taman Harapan still managed to have a profit. How? Well, the way that was used to be done was that Taman Harapan would sell both live and processed chicken. Usually, the processed chicken would be sold at a higher price. When the flood hit Taman Harapan, it prompted them to rethink their ways by selling only processed chicken, which in turn gave them a revenue of 1,215 ringgit. And to ensure that the chicken would be sold, they made sure that the prices would be competitive by setting the price a bit lower than the market price.
Seeing that they can make even more profit, they figured if they could cut off just one intermediary in the supply chain, they could do just that. Well, to make this happen, we introduced a new syllabus in their poultry farming module, which is chicken brooding. Chicken brooding, in short, would be a process in which Taman Harapan would produce their own chicks through the laying of eggs at the facility. This would eliminate the process of them acquiring the chicks from suppliers, usually from Kuala Pilah. To make the process successful, some new infrastructures, such as chicken purchase, where the chickens would hang around, and a chicken nesting area, where the chickens would mate, have been installed in the facility.
The complicated part of this process was the eggs need to be laid by the hens, where there's a risk of them damaging the eggs. Or they can use an incubator, which is more effective. But the problem is, an incubator is very costly, where the price could be up to 10,000 ringgit, which is way out of the budget. They then knew that they had to find a way to make their own incubator. To do this, they met Encik Badrul, who specializes in poultry farming and has experience in incubator making. He also has ties with MATRADE and Veterinary Services Department. With his assistance, they managed to make 2 incubators, a prototype and the final product. Both incubators cost 750 ringgit in total to produce. The incubators were sent for a test with MATRADE and have been approved with a success rate of 95%, which means for every 60 eggs that would be incubated, there could be up to 57 eggs hatched.
In order to get the process started, they reserved 10 chickens as their initial capital. These chickens will be part of the experimental phase and will lay about 60 eggs. The experimental phase is done so that they could have more training, so that they could learn even more about the process and produce chicks on a bigger scale next time around. With the installation of the incubator, or chicken brooding as a whole, Taman Harapan can save up to 80% of costs. Not only that, now that they're in control of the operation of the business entirely, Taman Harapan is technically in the process of turning the institute into a free-range poultry center, the first of its kind in Temerloh. Another thing that we need to consider in the implementation of this project was the trainees' mobility is restricted. Therefore, we installed a mobility aid so that they could get to the chicken coop easily. This also enables other trainees to be involved in the project as well.
And now, with all that is happening in Taman Harapan, it'll be a shame if the product was not marketed successfully. To get the word out, we made brochures and phone calls targeting people around Temerloh. When the word got out, it was up to the people of Taman Harapan to sell the chickens. And sell they did.
Now, let's talk about the result. The net profit of Taman Harapan has increased to 3,746 ringgit with a net profit margin of 34.2%.
Number of chicken batches is now increased from 1 to 3, with number of chickens per batch increasing from 150 to 200 and now 250.
We have improved the efficiency of Taman Harapan by installing a low-cost, in-house incubator.
With the profit that they have achieved, we have now increased the income of Taman Harapan and they have now completed their payment of microloan.
The trainees are now equipped with financial and agriculture knowledge and expertise.
We have also created awareness on the benefit of organic food consumption around Temerloh.
They now know the nuts and bolts of poultry farming business. We are confident that this project will be sustainable many years down the road.
Moving on, This year, Enactus Uniten KSHAS has gone through a year to remember, with events such as Enactus Alumni Summit, team building and induction, and Beyond Run.
Together with our 2 faculty advisors and fellow alumni, we have elevated our target audiences to new heights and transforming us along the way.
The world leaves dozens of choices for us to make in almost everything.
Because almost everything, all situations, problems and possibilities fall in the spectrums of opportunities, leaving you to make the move whether to take it or to leave it.
Opportunities comes in all shapes and sizes, and it doesn't discriminate. Whether you're isolated from the tracks of urbanization,
Whether you're financially challenged,
Whether you're deprived of physical capabilities,
Or whether you're blighted with mental illness.
And what we see from all these is the world of opportunities.
life. And I must say that before I hear your presentation today, I already came to know about Tripolis. Well done. You guys were not only building a product, but I think you guys have built a business and you've created an identity for the island itself.
yes, sir.
I just have 2 very quick questions, right? Is Tripolis an entity? Is it a registered? Is it an enterprise?
Thank you for your question, sir. No, Tripolis is not a registered enterprise, but under the project, one village, which is Kampung Mukut, has already registered their company, which is Mukut Terengganu near Bahad.
So the businesses belong to the villages, and Enactus is just purely helping them with knowledge and resources.
Yes, it is purely the villages. We are just there to help them through this project.
Which means you don't have any profits over there, right? So okay, so the next question is just one. Is your project looking for funds?
Sorry?
Are you looking for funds?
Currently, yes. Because we are
Is it because they say yes or you say yes?
because currently we are in the process of replicating this project in other places in collaboration with Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. So we are currently looking for other locations to replicate this project.
How many locations are you looking at now?
Currently we're looking mainly in Sabah, in Ranau, Sipadan, but currently still going under studies, so we're waiting for results of the studies.
Thanks, we'll be in touch.
Okay, just a quick question. Why chicken for the blind?
Alright, interesting question is, so the reason why chickens for the blind is because it's purely coincidental because the thing is, at Taman Harapan, they have this very old and underutilized chicken coop. We had other ideas before, but when we found out that there is this chicken coop, we just had to take the opportunity.
I have 2 questions. One is, I noticed in the brochure, in the annual report here, it says that because of the Tripolis project, the food plant can be harvested from twice to thrice a year, but there's no data on it. I think this is a very general statement and a bit dangerous to present to people who are from a scientific background like me. So I would suggest that you identify the plants and give 1 or 2 examples of how affected this increase in productivity. Number 2 is that there is nothing here in the report that shows what were the level of the villages' income and what they would be before you introduced the Tripolis project to the villages.
Alright, first thing, thank you for your suggestion, sir. And then next one is that the other question is, you're asking about what did the people of Terengganu Island do before we came in with the project, right? Okay, so to answer that question, first, when we first came in, when we first brought in the project, we first targeted Kampung Mukut, which at the time, they were not even in the map of Terengganu Island. So what they did was they were mainly fishermen and chalet operators. But then again, they have the lowest tourist traffic in Tioman, so even the chalets, they don't have much visitors. And then their level of income was just barely above the national poverty line.
Sorry to add to the answer. Actually, the student, I mean the villagers in German Island has actually known about these beekeeping activities, but they don't know the benefit of the bees itself.
I have a question here. About the blind, apart from providing ropes, what other new techniques have you introduced to make the rearing of chicken easier for the blind? How do they navigate? How do they know where to catch the chicken? What have you done differently in that area?
Alright, thank you for your question, sir. So what we did differently other than putting the mobility aid was that we put in a cup that would there will be a fixed measurement of how many foods that they have to pour for the chickens. So this is a measure for them so that they could do this project.
I'm sorry, Unit 10, your question answer time has expired. Judges, please